Hey guys, welcome back. We're the Filmsmiths. I'm Zach.
I'm Nick.
And today we're going to talk about Blackhat.
Also known as The Adventures of Thor, Computer Hacker. So Blackhat stars Chris Hemsworth as the world's best computer hacker.
But he's in jail. Oops, you messed up.
And there's another hacker somewhere who is hacking into stuff and stealing money and making nuclear reactors explode and...
You know, let me stop you right there. The plot of this movie is very convoluted and, well...
And also bad.
It's bad. It's not good.
When I first saw a trailer for Blackhat, it looked like it had a lot of potential. I was wrong.
I didn't really know what to expect going to Blackhat. I'd seen a trailer also, but I was expecting something better than this. But I think what we have here is a rare occurrence where this film, the majority of the issues came on the technical side.
Yeah, it looks like it was shot on a really, really low-grade camcorder and by people who have never heard of what a tripod is. There are scenes that take place on a really smooth plane ride that look like this. And then when people start running and it becomes an action thriller for about 10 minutes, it becomes this.
Yeah,
and it's distractingly bad.
It's almost exclusively shaky cam, which is completely unnecessary. It can be effective at times, like in action scenes or whatever, but not for a whole movie and not this bad. It was distractingly terrible. And that's not even to talk about just what the picture looked like.
Yeah, the color correction, just like the video quality itself was so amateur.
Yeah, and there's like things with like frame rates and the color was terrible and literally just looked like we took this camcorder and like turned off like the good settings and then moved it around in front of Chris Hemsworth for 2 hours.
Yeah. The audio also is confusingly bad.
Yeah, like astonishingly really terrible.
There are scenes where Chinese actors are speaking regardless of the language
Sometimes
they're
they spoke
speaking.
Chinese, sometimes they spoke English.
Their words and the sounds are almost never matching up.
It was almost comical. It's like when you watch an old Godzilla movie and all the Japanese people are running around and their lips don't match up because it's dubbed over in a different language. But except it's the same language that they're speaking in the movie, it's just wrong, it's just incorrect.
It's as if they filmed all of the scenes and then decided they were done and in the editing process realized, oh, we can't hear half of them. Okay, we'll just record this in a booth, but we'll only do it in one take and we won't really watch to see if it syncs up.
Yeah,
we'll just call it good.
It was like a C- sophomore year ADR project. It was garbage.
I mean, Chris Hemsworth, for the most part, did a fine job, but
it's fine.
When his character was introduced, I thought maybe he was Irish. But in the end, he was definitely American, I think.
You couldn't really tell, he just kind of mumbled the whole time. You know, there were times he would be speaking, and you could hear him, and then he'd turn away from the camera, and you couldn't hear him anymore. And he'd say, you know, he'd be speaking in sentence fragments, because that's what Chris Hemsworth did in this movie. And you'd hear him, and then you'd hear him again. There's
a brother and sister who are both Chinese, and the brother speaks with some sort of American accent.
And inexplicably, only one of them has a Chinese accent.
And the sister has a Chinese accent.
One of them does not, the other one does.
And I think the film tries to explain it by saying, well, the brother went to school in America, but have you been to a college campus where there are people from other countries?
I go to school with people from China, and they have not lost their accents.
They definitely have Chinese accents. You don't just lose your accent in adulthood by hearing other people with different accents.
Doesn't matter how good you are at computer hacking.
Most of this movie just didn't seem to make sense in any aspect of it. I don't quite understand how this came from a major studio.
Just how did this get a stamp of approval?
I guess I know why it's released in January, though. I don't really have anything redeeming to say about Blackhat. It disappointed my even already pretty low expectations for a January movie, and just now I'm jaded forever, I guess. I don't know. Blackhat gets a 2.
I'll give Blackhat 4,000 screwdrivers to the temple.
Like mine, please.
Right.
Maybe hit the Blackhat memory.
Right in the hippocampus.
So if you saw Blackhat,
Bummer.
I'm so sorry, but you should know by now you have to wait for us to tell you whether or not to go see it or not.
You messed up.
You can rant about it in the comment section below if you want, and we'll definitely join in with you there.
Or if you loved it, if you think it's a masterpiece, comment, because that'll be interesting.
You know what? That would be real interesting to see.
I really want to hear your argument.
Our Twitter handles will be in the description box. You can talk to us there. Maybe give us some good movies to talk about, or just at least a little bit better than Blackhat, please.
What if this is the peak? What if everything's going to be a disappointment, and this is as good as it gets?
Oh, you can't say that to me, Zach. You can't do it.
2015, the year movies died.
Well, that's about it for this one. I'm Nick.
And I'm Zach.
See you next time.